Alright, got a neat video for you today. This beehive is older than the hills, and it's been set up here in this little, I don't think you could call this a barn, but like a lean-to, I guess. Been set up here for years and years, and nobody has touched it. The gentleman that used to keep bees on the property has passed away, and nobody has touched it since. So today, I'm not going to break the hive down today, but I am going to be moving this later on in the video to my house. I'm just going to wait until the honey flow is over, which is in July, and it's currently May. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to take some of this honey off the hive, because believe me, years of sitting here, this hive is full of honey all the way down. I'm going to take a little bit of honey off of it, and I'm going to add some empty honey supers so that the bees have some room to add to it if they want to. And I'm going to let them finish out the honey flow sitting right here and see what they can collect. And then whenever July comes rolling around and we get into the dearth, then I'm going to come collect all the honey and the beehive along with it. So anyway, that's what we're doing today, taking some honey off and adding some honey supers. So let's get started. All right, I'm going to take this lid off, maybe. Like I say, this hive has not been touched in years and years. I'm seeing hive beetles up here on top, a little bit, not much. And there's a cockroach. Yeah. And man, the propolis is thick on the top of this.
And spiders.
A little ant colony right here in the top. A little ant colony right here. Man, I'll tell you, that thing's heavy. Alright, let's pull one of these out if we can. They are propolized so heavily that it's going to be a chore. Let's see. Alright, there we go. So there you have it, full frame of honey. Been in there for a long time. Oh yeah. Another frame of honey. Lots of honey, look at that. Now this frame here doesn't have much on it. Yeah, another frame full of honey. Look at that. I think that's going to be a common thing. Lots of honey. Again, honey. Oh, I tell you, this hive is loaded down now. Look at all that. Yeah, you got a little crazy comb going on there. There's plenty of honey. Ooh. A lot of nectar on this side. Alright, let me take this box out here in the light where I can show you. Oh. See a lot of wax moth, old wax moth larva. Looks like it's been propylized. Here's a ant colony. Over here you got a bunch of wax moth larvae shoved down in these cracks. Lots of heavy propolis. This has metal guides. I don't know if you can see that. See right there? Holds the frames in place. Real old style box. Get caught here. Alright, I'm just trying to straighten this box up because it's on here kind of candywampus. There we go. Did it? And we just put a little smoke on these girls. Give them a reason to get out of the way. And I'm going to add some honey supers up here to the top. Give them something to work on. Now on these honey supers I'm doing 9 frames, so I've got this frame divider that evenly spaces all 9 frames. Alright, so I'm adding a second honey super because I don't know how strong this hive really is without breaking into them, and I don't really want to bother them that much today. So I'm going to just give them extra room, and if they can fill it up, they'll have the space. Lid back on even though they're already underneath of a roof. Alright. Now I may come back occasionally and pull a frame of honey because there's still 1, 2, 3, 4 frames of honey, and just kind of check on them and stuff throughout the honey flow. But when we get into July, I'll touch back with you and we'll take whatever remains of the hive and move it over to my property. So, all right, we're going to take this stuff home and extract it and go from there. All right, guys, so today we're back, and it's middle of June right now, June 15th, and I'm wanting to take maybe 2 more boxes of honey off of this and see what they're doing in these. Also kind of like to look through the hive a little and just get an idea of what we're dealing with strength wise. So just gonna have a peek at them today.
Hold it upside down.
Some of that stuff down in the bottom to catch. Yeah, they ain't put no honey in this one. That thing's super light. Ain't really no honey in here either. Man, this box is glued down.
Come here, cutie.
Hold this.
Okay.
Oh, man. Yeah. So here's what we're dealing with. We've got frames from down here in the bottom that are sticking to the top. I'm going to push these down. Everything is so propylized in here.
They really don't want to get in.
There we go. Doesn't help that it's 90 degrees today. That box is empty. Uh-oh. I ain't seeing nothing in here. I think the hive may have died out or left. That don't look good. These frames are empty. Just wire. Yeah, they've had some wax moths getting into them. Yeah. See, we've pretty much lost this hive. Yep. Wax moths.
What do wax moths even do?
This hive is dead. That's a bummer.
Down there.
These are wax moth larvae here. There. Crawling all through this stuff. Lots of little wax moth larvae in here.
Yeah, like little grub-like worms.
They're all over this hive.
Worms.
This is where a lot of the damage is. Look at all these wax moths crawling around here. And it's all slimed up. There's a larva there. What a mess.
Sorry.
Okay, next honey box. Same kind of stuff. There's some honey, but it's got wax moth crawling around in it. Look at that craziness. Alright guys, so unfortunately this whole hive is a complete loss. It just goes to show you what pests can do to your bees in no time. I had saw some wax moth signs in the 2 honey supers I removed earlier, but it looked to me like that the bees had propolized the husks or whatever you would call their little grow sacks. But anyway, cocooned them, and you know, they were completely encapsulated in propolis, so I figured the bees were managing the wax moths pretty good, and my plan was to let them stay here until the spring honey flow was over, which is here in July, just in a couple weeks. So now coming back to check on them, I can see that they've all left. They've up and packed their stuff and headed out. And looking through the hive, I can see that the reason for that is it's full of wax moths. So I'm going to take all these boxes. Oh, this one's still got a little honey in it. Not a whole lot, but a little. And I'm just going to sit it out here and make it easy for all the neighboring bees to finish cleaning up. And then likely what I'll do, sorry about that. Likely what I'll do is I'll come back sometime July, maybe August, and collect all these boxes because the bees will be done with it and there won't be any bees here. And I'll just take them back to the house and I'll put all of the frames and the comb in the freezer to kill any remaining pests. And then I'll take it out of the freezer and I'll take all the comb and throw it in a box, and later on I'll render it down into beeswax. But for right now, this hive's a loss, and the only thing that I can do is tear it down to bare bones and start over with the boxes. So all right, I was going to show you the whole process of moving this hive from this location out to my house. Make a video basically on how to move a hive. But it looks like that's not going to happen, so this will have to be the end of the video. I appreciate you guys watching. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. It's just all part of the hobby, all part of life. So until next time, stick around. See you on the next one. Bye.